So, just so that people at home know your credentials, and I'm not just taking my dad out for a spin in a fast car, who have you written for?
Well, Motor Magazine. I was a road tester on Motor Magazine in the early 70s, and that was after I ran out of money and was starting to drive other people's race cars and rebuilding my career as a driver.
So you were writing to pay for your race career?
Well, to make myself more credible, I went into motoring journalism, make myself more attractive to people who might be looking for a quick driver. So that's why I did that. It was very good. And it was a fantastic time, 1971, and I was quite a lot younger than you are now. And in the first 6 months, I drove half a dozen cars at 150 miles an hour as part of my job. Also a lot of very slow and boring stuff, but it was a great time. I remember things like the Aston Martin DBS V8 came out about that time, and that was a very exciting machine.
So have you driven an electric car before?
I'm trying to think. Well, the Renault Twizy, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it the Tweezy? I don't know. But,
Twizy?
Yeah.
Depends if you want a French accent.
Very good. But all the others I've driven have been hybrids, things like Prius and Chevrolet Volt, which I thought was quite impressive.
Yeah. Well, you can't call a Volt a hybrid. Not allowed.
What are you meant to call it then?
Extended range electric vehicle.
Extended range electric vehicle, very good.
Definitely not a hybrid.
There's a whole new terminology I got to learn. The old piston head man.
What are the exciting machines you've driven then?
Well,
both on the track and on the road.
On the track, anything from. So we don't have to change gear, do we? Just
no gears, yeah. Do you miss the gears?
No, I love changing gear when it's appropriate on old cars. It can be a great pleasure. But I'm also a great believer in the new Porsche double clutch system and BMW's 8-speed Steptronics. Anyone who wants to row his way around an 8-speed manual gearbox must need his head examined. And these modern automatic transmissions are fantastic. I'm very interested in all new technology, even though
you're ancient.
I've driven 1903 Gordon Bennett Napier racer, the 1906 Mercedes-Benz Grand Prix car, 1908 Benz Grand Prix car. I took that round the course at Dieppe, 45 miles road course, 100 years to the day after the 1908 French Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Amazing experience, and that whole thing. Rear brakes only, the old crash box with a lever outside, you're sitting a couple of steps up, totally exposed, and the thing's up to 90 miles an hour before you know what's happened. You've got to think as if you're doing about 300. I'm not some mad sort of anti-modern technology type. I'm always very interested in the latest developments as well as the history of motor vehicles.
And what's the fastest thing you've driven then, or raced?
Kramer CK5 at Le Mans 1983. It's timed at 221 down the straight towards Mulsanne Corner.
That's pretty quick.
Gets your attention the first time you do it.
Well, this Tesla will do 125. It's limited to 125 just because of the, obviously they're trying to look after the battery. But
yes.
If I put it in performance mode,
well, it's pretty quick in the maximum regenerative mode.
Okay, I'll put it in performance mode now. So
Yeah.
when you're ready, just give it a bit of a blast and see what you think.
Well, that was about 2/3 throttle, and it really took off. I'm getting used to the technology. I keep looking down to make sure I don't damage anything.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not going to. You can just accelerate like as hard as you like, and not worry about over revving anything or breaking anything on the vehicle. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah. You won't break anything. It's 2 pedals, a couple of buttons, a steering wheel, and that's pretty much it.
Gosh, yes, it really does go. And the thing I do realise about electric vehicles is from the word go, you've got maximum torque, and you can really feel it. And the thing really took off there. And it's a very, very fast car indeed.
What about noise? I mean, noise. Obviously, some of the cars you've driven, the Kramer were probably pretty noisy car. Is that something you would miss if more and more cars become electrified?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't want any unpleasant noise, obviously. But
I mean, you can hear the electric motor in this car.
There is a whine to it, but so far it hasn't been at all unpleasant. Obviously, there's some piston engines that just sound like music, and they're lovely, but I don't need that all the time.
So just stuck it in standard mode there.
Yes.
But if you want to blast it again, do.
I'll take it off around the lanes a little bit here.
Can you feel the weight? Gordon Murray, for example, is all about sort of lightweight vehicles and has made a fairly lightweight electric vehicle. But obviously, this is packed full of batteries and
Yes.
very heavy as a result. So, I mean,
you can feel that it is heavy, but you only really notice that when really pressing on. It is very fast indeed. In England, you're soon backing off again, but.
yeah,
It's
quite a stiff ride because obviously
it is
the weight.
It's not uncomfortable at all. I was just thinking it does ride very well. There was a bit of a thump just back there over that nasty bump. It really is a quick car, and that thump over that manhole cover there.
Yeah,
You notice that.
something to watch out for, definitely. Obviously, no power steering as well. So I mean, how does that?
It's quite heavy turning sharp right angle off the main road onto this lane. But when you're just normally driving along, the steering actually feels rather nice. It's certainly not heavy. No, I like the steering.
So I guess the. Do you enjoy it?
I love driving it. It's a great driver's car. If you don't think this car's fun, there's something wrong with you.
And if you had the money, would you buy it?
I wouldn't have it as an only car because I'd like to keep my options open at the moment. Some journeys you go on wouldn't be suitable for an electric vehicle. but I would very much like to have this, and I'd use it partly as a toy and partly as a practical vehicle. Yes, I would love to have one of these. Just partly because it's fun to drive, but also because it will confuse and amaze people. So we just turn off the switch here.
Yeah, put it into park first.
Put it into park.
There you go.
And just turn this switch off.
Yeah, that's it. And you're off.
Done. Great stuff.
Cool. Thanks very much.
Thank you.